Hey, I was just, sort of sitting here pleading with the universe, as I do, just kind of, just checking out ideas, right? Drawing stuff, writing stuff down, chilling out. It's cathartic. It's good for me. And I was just sitting here thinking about suffering. I was looking at the pages of the book, of the notebook, and I was thinking about suffering, like, and the kind of people that suffer, like, over and over, or go through that process, have been through that suffering process, like the start of the conflict, and then whatever the conflict is, and then the subsequent, like, just suffering through whatever. And but then though that kind of suffering where it's like still, it's, you're not quite sure if you are actually gonna make it. you know like it's a little anxiety around that part, where usually you feel like you're gonna make it, like you've been through, and you done made it through. So, but sometimes, like, maybe recent, like, it's like suffering, like, this one's and not heavy, but just intense, right? Or unknown. So almost like that feeling you get when you walk into an unknown, like, yeah, like a haunted house. It's not likely that you're gonna wind up unalived in there, but it's not impossible, in the same given the given the given such the niche situation, given such the ordained situation, the place that you're in, there might be increased chance just for it to actually happen and balance like that, if anybody even understands what that means. But I was just thinking about suffering, and knowing, like, this, and like experiencing suffering maybe over and over, or just multiple times, right? I don't mean like back to back to back. I mean, it's obviously possible, but that's not really what I mean. But just has a quite the repertoire of suffering, right? To draw from. Should a long suffering story be required at a dinner table? Yeah, you got one. you know, you got one. You can pick from the Rolodex. You could pick from a Palm Pilot. But it's like, out of all those times, like stacked all those times, and you could, like, analyze, because you analyze. You watch the clock. You watch the parts of a clock move, right? You watch the movements. You understand, like, the friction and all that stuff that it requires, like the lack of it, but then also some of the friction that is required. Like, you get that kind of stuff, and so you take all this as information and hurt, and like robot information and human hurt, and try your best to separate, and then try your best to mix them so you can understand that how they react, if at all, if it's even worth. Yeah. Yeah, formulas. You formulating, and you can almost call it. You know what I'm saying? You can almost call situations. Almost you can specifically call situations that are about to happen, or the vibe the vibe that's going to occur, or cause, or something like that. Some from intuition, some from historical, references. It's happened before, but it's like specific ways, right? I don't know. But about suffering, and how how unfair it is to go over and over and over and over, right? And every time, like, when you're applying like that, when you're reviewing it, and measuring, like, what happened and how you really felt, and have you use it for, like, your shadow sessions and things like that. You replay those things. The whole, like, it always starts out in a happier place, right? Like, that suffering starts out in like a hopeful place, usually, like you felt good about a situation, because those turn and twist arounds hurt the most, right? And I would say cause the most suffering overall. But you've done it so many times that you can run the simulation in your head. And each one of those simulations start with something pleasant, something you've wanted, something you found that you didn't even know you wanted, and you feel blessed to have it or be a part of it or affect it. You know what I mean? Even just be around it, maybe. And it always starts there. And then there's something that, that not so down in the dumps, but like, like something shaking up, something shaking up, but you gotta run that. The simulation's still running 1,000 simulations. Now you done lived, when you recalling that, right? You live that high 1,000 times, and you live that, you live that, boom, what's happening? You got to live that 1,000 times. And so it's just anxiety and tightness and, and then what comes after that? The betrayal, right? Or the bad news or the twist, right? Or the double twist after the right? All that drama. Got to put that through the simulation 1,000 times. Now starting to weigh on your soul because you're just trying to make a wise decision about a current, the way you think. You're just trying to make sure you think things through. But the way you think things through is heavily and thoroughly and comprehensively. And while that provides you some solace in the fact that you've done the work to review, maybe you might want to think about taking care after that draw on your system or around your system to make sure, just to not even make sure, you can be damn sure that you're drained. And so you need to take care of yourself is what I'm saying. So you get a little bit more direct. I don't usually like to be so direct and this is what you need to do, but I think I can say in full faith, you making moves, sit and take care of yourself. Right? Because you're going to suffer. You're going to go through the cycles over and over and over, but you got to refresh yourself. You got to take care. You have to take care, right? Right? Ooh, right? I'm so deep. Seriously, you got to seize your own care. Just get it and take it and commit to caring for yourself. Because there's some kind of love out here for you that's vibrating with you right now. Even maybe you don't see it, but there's something out here vibrating with you. You feel it. That's why you always give it a thought. That's why you give everything another thought. Because almost a what if, right? Oh, well, I tell you what. Nice yapping with you. Have a good night. Peace. Go ahead.